What is up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the Daily HiFi Podcast. We do this every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My name is Chana. With me, as always, we've got Joe, Mike, and Aaron. What is up, fellas?
What's happening, man?
What's going on? Whoop, whoop. Woo-woo. I got some red wine here, so cheers to everybody.
Red wine.
Got a little peach vibe going on here.
I got some tea.
Oh yeah,
Change it up.
Sparkling white peach edition, baby.
Oh yeah,
That's the way we roll over here. If I start getting a little tipsy, you know what I'm hitting.
Oh.
No, it's that peach, baby.
Zero
Princess
calories Celsius.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What you guys been up to this week?
Oh man, staying busy.
Staying busy.
Always staying busy. When are we not busy?
True. That is true. I'm kind of getting caught up on some projects, man. Had a lot of things just back to back to back. So
I got busier. I think we all got busier. Is really what happened. I know, Aaron, I started watching some more of your videos since now they have a little bit more B-roll. But you know, when I get to that, like when I get to that 13-minute mark, I'm like, okay, what's going on, dude? Exactly. That's what I need to stay awake.
What you're saying? You're saying you get bored of Aaron's video? That's messed up.
I think that's exactly what he just said.
He didn't like all the charts and graphs and stuff.
Mine says
He's like,
I know I like charts and graphs. It's just there's a limit to
Tom's like, are we looking at an EKG here or what, man?
I mean, it's
if it were his, it'd just be flatlined.
Sometimes like those long ass ones, man, I'd take in like 15-minute chunks. I'm like, all right, let's save you for later. I go back to my history and like boom, okay, there we go.
Yeah, Chana doesn't even bother watching my hour-and-a-half home theater tours anymore.
Oh man, dude. Like I put one on like in the background when I was at my graveyard shift last week. I just let it play. You guys, they were like talking. I'm like doing something else over here. I'm editing my own video. Just maybe double the speed.
Do you think you get half the view time if I put 2x?
I don't think
I wonder
so.
how do they calculate that? Like I watched the whole thing, but it's in 2x.
I don't think they care.
That shouldn't count against you.
Yeah, I don't think they care about that.
I think the minute count is the minute count, like how far you watch in the video.
Oh, okay,
right?
percentage.
Yeah, because when it shows like, those little graphs, it'll say like how, like it'll show the trend line, and you can see like where people just stop watching. You know,
right? Yeah, like okay, you got boring right here, and it just drops off. You're like,
I only skipped parts. So this is I'm using the clip near field scanner. It's a state of the art. All right, let me just I know that part already.
I've got
you know what I tend to say.
I know that.
I love how you say it. I'm not gonna like give you any like flowery words here. We're gonna talk about measurements, not like other channels. And then like I watched Shane's video because he had some watch. We're talking about speakers and watches. I'm like, he's like, dude, this vlog, and you want to see?
Yeah, he's doing some watching now.
I was like, okay, sure, whatever. And he's like, here on this channel, we're not gonna come at you with measurements. I'm gonna talk. So it's like a completely opposite thing that Aaron said in his video. I thought it was hilarious because I saw both videos the same night. I'm like, what are the odds?
That's funny.
I think it's cool because we got our own spin on stuff, you know.
Yeah,
it's our own kind of style, and you know, some people gravitate to certain, you know, styles, and that's cool.
I wonder if he does that because of his affiliation with Audioholics. Like I don't know Shane. I don't watch any of his videos. I'm wondering if that because he does stuff for Audioholics.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. We got a comment before like, "Hey, don't stop the beef." I'm like, I'm not beefing with anybody, man.
Oh, hold on, real fast before I say anything. I want to clarify. I'm not talking about beefing. Because Shane just made a video, like they posted a Focal unboxing video last week, and it was Shane, you know, Spirit Change doing it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, unboxing ain't my thing. I'm out.
Right.
Yeah,
but you know, that's me. And then other people are like, oh, well, you know, if he's got measurements, I'm out.
Right. Yeah. Sure. And they go, man, Youth Man's got an hour-and-a-half video on a tour. I'm out.
you know, I saw it said an hour and 9 minutes. So I was like, we're gonna break this one down. So I'll watch like the first few minutes, and then I was like, I'll go back and finish it later. But I like those because you can just set them off to the side. Like for me, when I'm driving,
what I do,
if it's not something I have to see, you know, and I don't know if yours is going to wind up being that way, but it's great because this Daily HiFi, I'll do the same thing if I miss you guys. Yeah, I'll set it off to the side when I'm driving to work, and it's great.
You don't necessarily have to see what's going on.
And we have an audio version of this too that Tim takes care of. Anchor.fm/Daily HiFi if you want to listen to audio only version, or if you just search for Daily HiFi in your whatever podcasting service you use, Apple, whatever. It's there. Or if you just want to listen, you can.
Audio version. I'm just dumping the link in the chat. There we go.
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks to Tim, he takes care of all that. And you know what? Actually, I think we get as many people listening, just listening, as people who watch. It's kind of crazy.
Very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, no beef. If somebody's beefing over audio stuff, man, that's a problem.
Move on.
If you have beef over some audio stuff, that's
yeah. So on that note, we are going to talk about a little topic that Juan wanted me to talk about, and it is cables.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Perfect. That's not even a real picture either. That's what sucks, man. What
are you talking about?
That's a CAD drawing. Then look at the ends of that copper.
Oh yeah,
you can't tell me that's real.
Yeah.
That's a great photo.
Whatever, but it looks cool, man. I'm a sucker for braided cable, so this is what I would buy. Now my dog chewed up the $500 version of this, so I'm looking at getting a new what do you call it? A new set for my front stage, and it looks like, where's the shopping cart? Just so you guys know, it'll be $745 for 3 cables. That's what it would be.
Length? Like, they're all roughly the same size.
No. The left and right are the same size, 6 foot, but then the center channel is a 4 foot. So the center channel, so it's like 215, 214 cable.
Yeah, I guess I meant they're all the same gauge. I'm assuming.
Yes, yeah. So what it turns out to be is each leg, all right. So this is this is their cheapest one, right? This is their base. Cool. Yeah, this is the one I had before, but the one 8 foot cable was like $500 some odd. So I'm like, well, I don't want to pay for that. But they have a few. So this the cheapest one is 13 gauge, right? 13 per leg. The one that I'm getting is this one, which is 9 gauge per leg. So I think that's enough, And they say like they have a little chart.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, it's more than enough. More than enough.
So that's what you're rocking, huh, Chana?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's what you're rocking right there.
And then how far are you running, Chana? 6 feet, 8 feet.
6
All right,
feet
hold up a second. You're gonna buy those? I'm
gonna buy these ones when I get my new front stage. Yeah.
You're gonna like, how much are they?
How much are they?
700.
Go ahead and click it.
You're gonna buy it.
You have it's like 745.
Are they?
I already put it in the cart. They already sent me like over $1,000.
I'm just saying, there's a big difference between them sending to you versus like, I'm gonna spend $700 on these.
Yeah. Well. See, here's the thing. I started making soon as like I was talking to all these couples come Thanksgiving, December, right, about their weddings and stuff like that. But I already know holiday time, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, people want to save their money. They don't want to dump $1,500, $2,000 into this DJ for their wedding next August. Right. They don't want to do that in Christmas.
Don't try to change the subject. You gonna spend money on that thing or what?
No, I think that's where he's going.
So like last week, I ended up out of the blue closing like 5 weddings. So I'm like, oh,
he's got some money.
I got some extra money.
So all right, how about you put $250 aside and get yourself a mini DSP 2x4 HD and let's see what happens. Let's see which one makes a bigger difference.
Hey Chana, why don't you take a couple of those gigs and put it towards a Youth Man NFT?
Just saying, bro. Dude, I already got tons of NFTs, man. One of them's making one of them's I've staked them or whatever, and they're making coins as we speak. So
they're making babies.
I still have no idea what that means. Okay. I mean, I kind of get an idea what it means, but I don't know if it's gonna mean any cash coming back toward me. But But anyway, if I get a new front stage, yeah, I'll buy those just because I have some extra money.
Don't buy those. Jesus. Look, this is what I wouldn't mind using this.
There you go.
$36.
There you go.
But not look.
They don't look cool.
The built-in bananas.
They don't look cool.
You know what's crazy about cables? The ones that are too thick that don't bend are annoying.
Oh yeah.
Those are annoying.
I think
these are only flexible.
9 gauge.
$36. You think?
I mean, 9 gauge ain't gonna. I mean, like it's gonna be a straight line.
It's just a front stage. That's all.
Maybe if you're gonna put more power, maybe get something that's like 12 or 10 gauge, right? So If you want something a little
dude,
crazier,
my amplifier is putting out 450 watts per channel.
okay,
dude.
all right. Well,
Dude,
I'm using this
thousands
too.
of watts, Shauna.
So this,
come on, man. You need zero
I
gauge.
need a new amplifier. I need a new amplifier.
So this was sent to me by OSDs. They are my channel sponsor, but they sent me like, I don't know, 500 feet or whatever, but a box of this cable.
Yeah.
And I'm good with it.
Quality wire. Quality.
Look, I love this. I love this.
It's ugly.
But
yeah,
it looks like crap.
Great. Yeah. It's not a braided cable, dude. It's not.
Dude, it's look hideous.
Dude,
what are you doing? Why would you buy this?
You're not going to use it all.
At first I was going to get some towers, but now with Joe's Magic Bean settings, I'm like, there's no reason for me to have towers. No reason at all. My subwoofers will take care of everything. I don't need towers. I'm going to go with bookshelf speakers. So what happens with bookshelf speakers? You're going to see 3 feet of cable. Unless you have okay. So I want it to look good. These are wheels on my new ride.
Just buy 3 feet of nice cable and get 3 feet of junky cable, and just put them together with the butt connectors. With the butt connectors.
I love this guy.
Why don't you just get that stuff that makes the cable look cool?
Yeah, like the sheath.
Oh, it's just the sheath.
The sheath.
Yeah, man.
That's not true.
Tech flex.
What do they call it?
Tech flex, dude.
Flex tech.
Yes. Tech flex.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you need. Then it comes in all different colors. You can get fireproof tech flex if you just plan on cranking it.
So
yeah, man. Car audio folks that on it.
I love this comment by Tristan. Shauna, buy those speaker cables, and he's gonna need couples therapy. Really, dude? My wife had me spend $6,000 on a pair of puppies. Do you really think she's gonna care? I'm gonna spend $700 on some cables. So she doesn't care at all. She's just gonna be like, well, what are you gonna buy me? That's $700.
I'm just gonna laugh at you.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I can contact Kimber Cable and have them.
Hey, they can send me some too if they want to send me some. That's a different story.
You know what?
You gotta put sponsored box though. Come on now.
So Shane from Spare Change actually, when I was on his live stream, he's like, "Hey, let's do a speaker cable challenge. I think you can hear a difference." I'm like, "Dude, I don't hear a difference." He's like, "No, but I think you can." I'm like, "No, dude, I'm not gonna fucking hear angels singing at me when I'm like listening to music or watching a movie, unless there's an angel in the movie that's actually singing." You know,
so you're gonna pay $750 just for the looks.
Yes.
And all right, so here's the thing.
At least you're being honest.
1,000% okay.
That's it. That's it. You just like you're willing to spend $7 on some cables. You think they look that good?
Yeah. I think
they look that good.
I think I like them.
You think they make them look that much better, like your whole system?
Just in that area, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna see. I'm just for that. Like, when I walk by, I'm gonna look at the back of the speaker and be like, yeah. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's all.
I thought you were gonna say, hey, they're gonna be in videos, and I need to make sure they look good, so it's an investment in my videos.
No,
it's just for you.
About all that.
That's cool though.
I'm trying to help you out here.
Nothing wrong with enjoying what you have and
I don't know.
Liking the way that they look.
Treat yourself.
I'll contact Kimber Cable and be like, yo, man, my puppy ate this shit. Like, can you guys hook me up with like your cheapest cable for my new front stage? I'll put it in a video. Maybe they might say yes. I don't know. Bottom line is, speaker cables. What is the bare minimum to answer Juan's question?
All right, how about this? How about get some dope stands? Hold on, Chana. What if you just get some dope stands? Like, forget spending on the cables.
Oh, I'm getting
some dope stands that hide the cables.
I'm getting the matching focal stands. So if they have a,
don't they hide the wire behind them? Do they have to hang down or what?
Maybe, but I don't have any. Oh, I guess I could fashion some speaker cable. I don't think I have any laying around here anymore. Yeah. Yes, dog ate my wiring. Yes, RGA.
I don't think that's going to work.
Audio bling.
Hey, exactly. I think you're the only one who's been honest about it. At least, like, hey, do you think you're gonna hear a difference? No. Do you like the way they look and you're willing to spend it? Yep. All right,
that's good. I got no issues with that, honestly.
What isn't that what we were talking about the other day? Like Mike with the Olympica Novas, like these things are gorgeous.
Yeah, but they sound good.
Oh,
that's the difference, though. Okay, they sound really, really great. So I'm cool with that.
But I mean, at $15,000, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Aren't you able to find a pair of speakers that sound great, maybe don't look as nice, and cost like $3,000 a pair, $5,000 a pair? Yeah.
No, you're totally correct there. Right. But I'm also not buying them though.
This is also true.
Yeah, I'd like to, but so. Hey, I was even willing to fly on my dime over to Italy. Yeah, I was gonna do a tour of their factory. I'm like, I'll even go to the House of Macintosh in New York City if you let me keep these things. And they're like, nah. I said, well, it's worth a try.
Must be some expensive wood they're using on that.
Stuff. Yeah,
a lot of work. It's Italian.
Italian.
It's the string grills on the front, man. That's what makes it expensive.
Travis got this comment here. Man, this chat is hard to read. Just to see people constantly criticizing spending money on the hobby. You want to spend $36, great, but don't shit on other people like they're stupid. Yeah.
No.
I just look at it as you.
But also don't crap on somebody who wants to spend $36 on cables too.
Yeah.
Both ways.
So let's answer Juan's question.
Okay.
What is the minimum? Like, what do we need? We need like 100% copper. Do we need that oxidized aluminum thing? What is it? What's happening?
All right. So how about that? What's the recommendation you're gonna make though? Knowing you're buying because you like the way they look. Okay. What's your recommendation to somebody else? I think you have to ask the question first, right?
Okay.
Is what do you care about?
Got it. I'm going to see what I have on. I'm going to go.
All I can tell you is that a long time ago, I bought some cable that was cheap. I'm not like a expensive cable person by a long shot, right? But I bought some very cheap cable and I took it out of my car like a year later and it was literally green. Mm-hmm. It had straight up rusted. So there is such thing as crappy cable.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's in car audio, right?
Yeah, but if it weren't crap, you know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe
it wouldn't have actually rusted.
Homeboy 808 says cryo frozen and ion aligned. You didn't have those.
All right. Here's my recommendation. Here's my recommendation. All right. My recommendation, and you let me know if you agree or disagree. But for speaker cables, just get something that's thick enough. That's the number one thing that's important. Mm-hmm. Thick enough. And there's a lot of calculators that'll tell you this is the distance that you're running. This is the gauge you should and the wattage. This is the gauge you should probably use. All right. Yeah. So make sure it's, good copper, basic stuff, right? Nothing crazy. But if you're using something like an XLR or RCA cables, a lot of times those are more susceptible to noise from like Wi-Fi, stuff like that. I mean, Interference, yes. I mean, I've had XLR cables that got interference from my Wi-Fi router, and so I got a Mogami Gold. That's a more expensive cable. Nothing crazy, but it's more expensive than the cheaper stuff. But the Amazon one had noise and the other one didn't. That's it. Yeah. So more for that low signal is more susceptible than I think like a power cable or speaker cables. But if you have the money and you just want to buy something that looks awesome, looks nice, hey,
go for it.
That's all good too.
For sure.
It's like buying rims on your car.
It's all good.
What did
you guys okay with that? Those recommendations? And hey, how about HDMI cables though? Shauna, you run into some that are not so good, right?
Well, with the new HDMI, the situation where they're going to stop calling everything HDMI 2.0 and call everything HDMI 2.1. Now you have to look at the bandwidth on the HDMI cable to see if it is actually a 2.1. So now we're getting into a situation where it's bad for the consumer because somebody will just buy something that's not correct, assuming that it is correct because they're using the 2.1 nomenclature with that, which is it actually is not. It doesn't have that. So that's a different thing. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't say go out and buy those Audio Quest HDMI cables. I don't think you're going to hear a difference. It's digital, right? Ones and zeros. It either works or it doesn't. And if you get something halfway in between, something is definitely wrong.
So I think that's what's confusing though, because there are such things as good and bad cables, and there are types of cables that are more susceptible to, issues, right? So if we run through them very quickly, I would say power cables. You guys think that there's a difference in power cables? Is that something you should invest in? I don't think so.
I mean,
IEC power cables.
I buy a lot of those just for my outdoor gigs. I just bought 4 10-footers for my gig.
From not super cable. crazy expensive ones, right?
16 gauge. They were I don't know, $20 for 4 or something like that. But they're gonna be they're in the car. Outside temperature tonight is gonna be around 9 degrees. They're gonna be in the storage unit in summer, so they're gonna get hot. So why would I want to ever spend something? I just need it to work.
Yeah. Okay, right? So I think XLR and RCA cables, those cheap XLRs, they can get stuck. You know, I've had RCAs that break, you know, and then the pin gets stuck in there. Like, why'd I get this cheap RCA? So it's just like those are issues with inexpensive, cheap stuff. But speaker cable, I don't think
there's not really much you can mess up other than the type of copper. You know, because I think I didn't realize this for a long time, but one time I bought some on Amazon, and I didn't know the difference between like 100% copper and what's the other one called, Aaron?
Copper clad aluminum.
Yeah, it's like some copper, some other cheaper metal.
Yeah, it's aluminum with just copper wrapped around it to make it look prettier.
Yeah,
this right here. This right here.
Yeah, there you go.
I got like,
money that way.
John was like, he bought.
I got 3 of these. Yeah, no, I got 3 of these for this room. Because wiring up 14 or 16 speakers in here, I didn't want to spend a bunch of money. 100 feet for $20. I was like, let's buy this. 14 gauge, whatever. You know, that'll be more than enough for this room. Optimus Vader, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. He says, get this one, the Mogami W3104 4-conductor 12 gauge, super flexible, high definition speaker wire. It is really good. All right. Yeah. Well, you know, I do like Mogami. I have Mogami, like I showed you here. It's my entire music studio is filled with Mogami XLRs, a couple of 1/4 inchers. But I used to use, and you know, I said this before. I used to use Monoprice XLRs all the time for my live gigs until they started failing on me after like 3 or 4 years. But
can't have that
again. You know, they're cold temperatures, hot temperatures. Wound up, unwound. Sometimes they're in the car. Sometimes they're outside in the snow. Not outside in the snow.
What is the XLR? The one that everybody like, the good one. What is that called?
The Nutric connector.
Nutric. That's what you want to look for.
That's what's on the
where they slide in and spin and lock.
No.
So that would be the speak-on connector.
No,
that's what I'm thinking.
Nutric makes a speak-on. That's the speaker cable, and I use those.
Yeah,
I love those. Those things are incredible.
What's a Nutric? I'm not sure.
It's a brand, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a brand.
Nutric.
Yeah. So
they make all sorts of different connectors.
Okay. So they'll do so it says right here, Nutric, and they'll do the connectors for XLRs and for 1/4 inch cables.
I think maybe that's one thing to look for is make sure that the connector is good, because there are banana plugs that are super cheap.
Sure.
Like for speaker cables, if you're getting some that are that you're not making yourself, you know, make sure that the banana plugs aren't fully metal, because you know they can touch. That's never a good thing. You know what I mean?
Well, some of the banana
some other ones have like they have like plastic around them. You know,
some of the ones that I've used, like the cheaper ones, are really skinny. So when you put them in the speaker connector, they don't. I like the ones that like kind of flare out. So when you put them in, they're almost like spring loaded. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of a better way to spend it, but so I make a lot of my own, and I use Nutric connectors all the time. I love those speak-on adapters, man. Those things are the bee's knees.
No.
I
mean, they're always. I mean, they lock in. You know.
Yeah, they just go, and you actually hear it click in place.
Yeah,
love it.
Pull the tab. Turn.
Yep.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
The bananas.
Jeremy, me. I'm not spending a lot on cables. And then his other comment. Also, me. $200 for Odyssey Multi QX sold. So you know, there you go.
But that makes sense, though. Yes. I mean, 1 dB of EQ can probably do more difference than just new cables.
Yeah, no, for sure, especially with Joe's in-home remote calibration.
Magical beans. Hey, by the way, that's a good transition into what I was up to all of yesterday, which was messing with Dirac. You know, I've always recommended Dirac. I think it's a great calibration out of the box, and I've always compared that to what Odyssey does, right? Dirac versus Odyssey, and you know, I think the Dirac auto calibration is, I guess, one of the best. I haven't tried them all, but out of those two, for sure, I think I like Dirac better. But I compared it to like my manual calibration, and I'm like, oh man, I can get this a lot better.
Oh,
so, yeah, I can get Dirac to sound a lot better. And you can confirm, Shauna, when you mess with that Pioneer, how it compares to the manual calibration. It's just we're asking a lot of these room calibrations, like it doesn't know your room, it doesn't know your speakers well enough to do a good calibration. So yeah. Anyway,
I know, and I can't wait to get new speakers, man. I'm tired of this Frankenstein hodgepodge of a sound system I got going on here.
Good.
Oh, real quick, how does one get Joe's magic calibration? So I'm setting up some courses pretty soon where the folks who want to do it themselves, I want to make some videos that kind of just like show you how to do all of it. But I think a lot of people just don't want to do it. It's a lot, right, Shauna?
Yeah.
It's a lot to learn, a lot to do. But if you're into it, I want to make the videos for you. But if you just want to say, hey, you know what? Just log into the computer, just do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a service for that. And
I put the link so you can contact Joe for a consultation. joeintel.com/booking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you're gonna need a few things. You're gonna need a laptop that is a PC, right? You're gonna need to have it needs to have an HDMI output. You're gonna be needing to measure all of your speakers, and that laptop needs to be at your listening position as well. So you're gonna need a long ass HDMI to connect to your AV receiver, and probably a long USB mini to USB-A cable for the UMic one. You're also going to need a UMic one, and you're going to need what is it called? Team Viewer and REW. Those are the sides, and then finally, and then you got to pay the $200 for the Odyssey. What is it called? Multi-X. Just call it
Multi-QX.
X gonna give it to you.
And you're gonna have to have some time set aside because it takes a while.
Dude, it took like 4 hours, and
it took 4 hours, and I've already taught you how to do some of the stuff prior.
You have to take the measurements, so you need to know how to take the measurements and make sure you don't bump the cable somewhere while you're moving the mic in the moving mic method and all that kind of nonsense.
We already spent like maybe 2 hours prior to show you how to do that with other speakers. So it's kind of you had a head start.
Yeah.
So it's going to take some time for sure. But I think the end result is going to be worth it.
I said Team Viewer, Angela.
I used to have to say that all the time when I had the IT business. Team Viewer, TEAM.
Yeah, be careful.
Team.
Yes, Jed Presley. Only 4 hours. And that's because I already knew what I was doing. If you don't know how to measure your speakers and all that kind of stuff, you'll probably have to do it a few times.
Except you're a little injured, so it took you a while to get to
certain
places.
I had to like. He's like, okay, what about the height channels? I'm like, well, I could stand on something. Just give me a minute.
And I was like, no, don't do it.
I was like, oh crap. He's like, where? He's like, you got your microphone and stuff. I'm like, oh crap, it's downstairs. Hold on. So yeah.
Gotta be ready.
Yep.
You need a checklist.
Yeah, you should. And that's what the whole booking a consultation is with Joe. So, you guys can get that stuff ironed out and scored away. And I also have a 5.1.4 setup. So if you have a 9, is that 9? Yeah. 9.1.6 setup, it's gonna take longer because he's EQing every speaker, right? And the subs. So think about that. That's going to add more time.
I just wanted to make sure that I offered some solutions that were less expensive because it's not inexpensive. Let's just say to have me do it, it's a lot of time that I have to take. And also it took me a long time to figure this stuff out, like years, lots of reading to make sure that I'm doing things correctly and just time spent experimenting and seeing what really works well. So if you want to save money, you have to do it yourself. But there is that option too.
Yeah. Look, Byron's comment is great. We are talking about audio quality, and 2 of our hosts use pedestrian Bluetooth earbuds.
Who's that?
Hey,
yes, that's you. That's
you're talking about these $700 IEMs?
No. So all right. So here's the funny thing. So you have $700 IEMs. I think these were $30 on Amazon. So they're nothing fancy.
I mean, I clearly have the most expensive.
But they got a wire, so it makes them better.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. These Denons are $1,600 retail, but of course they sent them to me, so I didn't have to pay for them. I wouldn't. Okay, maybe I would spend much money on some headphones. I probably would.
You would.
But yeah. I mean,
Byron, my mic here, my friend, is $1,000. That's for you. So even if I'm spending more on the audio for you guys, Michael's mic
is true, because
more
our
expensive
headphones
than your headphones.
So. Our headphones doesn't affect the audio quality you're hearing. Correct. It's the mic and what's in the signal chain. right?
Yeah.
It is
an expensive little mic you got there, Chana.
Oh, this is
Look
the
at
real
that.
deal. Holy feel with the Cloud Lifter, 2 Mogamis into a $700
And Aaron, are
audio
you using the
interface.
mic on those AirPods Pro or a different mic?
No, man, I'm using well, I can't pull it down. I've got it locked in, but I'm using a nice, I don't know, hypercardioid mic, a Motu M2, a compressor, enhancer, noise gate thing. So all that. But do I need to go get my custom molded IEMs? Do I need to go? One is colored left for blue.
Yeah.
No. They're wired.
Are they wired?
Left for blue, red for right. That's how I know. Covered in earwax.
Yeah,
But I've got them.
Yeah.
Went to an audiologist,
right?
Custom mold. Custom molds, man. I ain't playing around. Y'all playing around out there. I ain't playing around.
See, Byron,
Actually,
I know you're just looking out for us, but thank you for looking out for us. I know you're concerned about our audio quality coming in,
right?
But hopefully,
honestly,
audio quality going
I'm sure you don't care.
In all fairness, I think we probably have some of the better audio out there in the.
Oh yeah, if you guys caught either of Joe, or more Mike on the audio advice live streams, you'll notice that
everybody was chatting. They're like,
their audio is way better than audio advice.
Yeah. Hey, be nice. They're gonna be my new sponsor.
Hey, no offense to
they're
audio
good.
advice. It's just funny. It's
Right.
just funny. Like, this comment from Byron, brought on this thing. Like, okay, well, maybe everybody triggered. Oh, watch out. Shots fired.
I'm triggered.
Yeah. I mean, even with we had a few meetings prior to the live stream, and I was like, I hope you don't mind if I just kind of like make some recommendations about the mic placement. I'm new there. I'm not trying to be like,
right?
Hey, bro, we do this, but want to make sure everybody has good audio.
And you know what's funny? In this, when like COVID started and lockdown started, and everybody's going, or not everybody, a lot of people are going to this remote meeting, a lot of Zoom stuff.
Yeah.
All these microphone companies like Shure.
Yeah.
They did. They came over a few.
They're coming up with like USB. You just plug it right into your laptop. You get way better audio. And you got all these like companies are doing these like clip onto your laptop lights just so that you look better. All this kind of stuff. Like this is all just basic.
And you don't have to have super high end stuff.
Right? No, you don't. You do not. I think I got like 2 tiny $100 lights here. That's all.
Get close to the mic is it. So if you guys are looking to make your sound better,
just do this.
That's
it. It sounds a whole lot better. You have to pay to get away from the mic.
See, like if I just step back,
this looks absolutely ridiculous.
How does it sound? Does it sound good? Does it sound good, guys? Yeah.
How about
all right.
Like that? Oh.
There we go.
Ooh. Put that thing away.
All right, on so many levels, but we knew that.
I know. Well, some people like to have their videos with like microphone like right here, like.
Man, my brother-in-law was doing that, and I convinced him to get a setup kind of like mine. And I was like, now you can move it further from your face. Yeah. So he's still got it kind of close to his face, but it's not like right on his nose. I was like, dude, people can't see your face when it's right on your nose. It was like this far. I was like, you got to move that thing.
I saw Kevin Hart doing some sort of podcast, and it was like that. It was like right here, and he had headphones on, and he's wearing sunglasses.
You couldn't see him at all.
We could, but you can hear him, and you can hear him. You know what Kevin Hart's voice sounds like, probably. Right?
Yeah.
But anyway,
I've heard it a few times.
Anyway,
that's funny.
It's just one of those things,
It's about to go down.
Joe says, Techno Dad, your Atmos glitch videos just renewed the pain I'm having with my setup. I went and bought every DTSX movie I could find, and it's like night and day due to my Atmos decoding issues. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen, I found some anomalies when you have a 5-channel bed layer as opposed to a 7-channel. So yeah, great discussions on that as well. I know some people thought I was blowing smoke up everybody's booty. Jeremy had some great but it was probably because of OnlyFans. What? Jeremy had some great comments. So yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to share that right away, but since I've got it up, y'all were talking about cables earlier. I've ordered from this company. It's called, I don't know how you pronounce it, Ghent Audio. I think they might be out of China. I'm not sure because it takes a little bit for their stuff to get to you, but
They're pretty good quality.
Yeah, man, I've been using them for a while. I really like them. They make all sorts of stuff. I mean, all sorts of RCAs, XLR, speaker cables,
adapters.
But they make they're custom made.
Golden.
Yeah, you can order whatever different links, custom links. You can order male to female connectors, just whatever. So if anybody's in the market,
Canary,
check this place out sometime.
Oh, is it Canary.com?
Okay, so they do high end stuff, just whatever. I don't even know.
So like Mogami and Canary are the two cable manufacturers that are used in like a lot of broadcasts, a lot of studios. Oddly enough, funny thing, my best friend from like grade school, his dad was the Western global manager for Hdmi Cable. And so he was always going to Japan and back and forth back when we were growing up. So they always had Hdmi Cable, guitar cables. He's a big guitar player. He had two he had a 1959 and a 1960 Gibson Les Paul. I think he sold the 1960 one for $150,000 about 10 years ago. But he bought them original, brand new. He was the only owner. So amazing musician and all that kind of stuff. And he was, the global Western regional guy for Hdmi Cable for I think 15 or 16 years. And he was always going back and forth between here and Japan because it's a Japanese-based company. But yeah, interesting side note there on the cable front.
Small world, man.
Tiny. But yeah, somebody said something about cables again.
Somebody was asking also about white walls for their home theater. That's a negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
I mean,
I got you.
I mean, it's a Top Gun reference. Right?
Yep.
You know what? You guys are talking about if you guys have not seen because I know the new season of Ozark starts this Friday. My wife always forgets. She forgets all these shows, so she tries to binge all the other seasons before the new season. I forgot how good season 1 of Ozark is. Oh my god. If you guys have never seen Ozark, forget all those other shows, man. Get into, and this is an adult show, not that kind of an adult show, but an adult. This is not made for kids.
Yeah, don't have kids
it's about drug cartels, people getting murdered, money laundering, cocaine, heroin, all that kind of stuff. Not for kids, but no, yes you can. Yes you can. It's so good.
It's shot on Panasonic VariCam 35. I only watch stuff that's on
anything
Red or
Alexa.
That's it.
What a snob. What a snob. However, season 2. So the musical score, there's a lot of very, very tense moments in this show. And in season 2, the audio was boom in your face. Oh my god, it was so good. You got I can't wait since you so I had the Pioneer LX505 in my main setup for 3 days. And then Joe's like, hey, let's do this. I'm like, okay, let me swap AVRs because that was also a pain because I can only, can't really walk that well. So I did all that. And now we're in season 2. And man, since the subs are so dialed in now, these tense moments, they just this pulsating Moog style bass and just comes in and fucking shakes the whole house. It's so awesome. So awesome. Season 1 was okay, but season 2, the music, the sound just got so much better.
It's not season amazing. 2, it's that new calibration. It's the same.
It's also now you've got bass.
It's also that. It's also that. Now I got balance bass. I had way too much before, clearly. Oh, and my wife brought me a Longan martini. It's kind of like a lychee martini. So cheers.
Yeah,
everybody.
Hey, has she complained yet about the extra bass? Or
no, she hasn't. She hasn't.
What?
I was complaining because I had to sleep, and she's watching TV, and I can hear all the new cool bass over there. I'm like, damn, I need to go to sleep. I want to turn it down. I need to nerf those subs. I need to have a quick select, negative 10 on the subs, real quick.
Speaking of shows, I'm late to the party. I know I told you guys, but Angela and I just started watching Ted Lasso. I'm like, man, this is a good show. I was like, why am I gonna watch this dude with a mustache? What's the point of this? But excellent show in my opinion. He gives me some Youth Man vibes.
You like that?
Yeah. You got to check it out. Basically, without ruining too much, it's just he's just a good dude. Imagine a dude who's just a good dude, and you just kind of see what happens to him. Yeah, I think you, Michael, and him could have like a nice off. I don't know who's gonna win, but
if you don't,
it'll be a
no,
good battle.
it's perfect. It'll be a tie.
That's
Perfect.
hilarious.
It'll be a tie. They'll all accept a tie.
That's hilarious.
I'll be like, no, you win. Like, no, you win. No, I'll let you win.
That's funny, dude.
Excellent show.
I hope you have a great day. I hope your day's even better. Have y'all seen that? That's from a clip. I've seen it a few times, like referenced on. Oh man, I'll try to find it for you guys sometime.
What is that?
Private. There's like a clip, like where people, it's two gentlemen, or they're not arguing. But they're being. I don't know. It's like they hate each other. I don't know the backstory because I only see the clip. They're like, I hope you have a good day. Well, I hope you have a good day. Like just being really mean to each other about it.
That's funny.
I don't know. I don't know what the backstory of it is though.
I told you I had a battle with those Chick-fil-A people on the.
Oh, yeah, and that Shauna cussed them out, and you were like, "You're not supposed to cuss in Chick-fil-A because you go straight to hell."
No, it was more about like the my pleasure, you know.
Yeah. Right.
They're like,
they're
like, oh, my pleasure. And I was like, no, my pleasure.
No, it's really
just kept
mine.
going back and forth. Let's see who wins. Yeah. What else? What else you guys got? Anything that you want to talk about in particular?
I bought 4 4K discs, right? I got Dune, I got No Time to Die, I got Wall-E, and I got the new like Mulan or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the wrong Dune. It was fucking the 1980s one.
Oh.
Totally, I went to Amazon. I just typed in Dune 4K. And I was like, whoa, it'll be here Friday. Click.
That's funny.
Like I didn't read it. I didn't like look and think about it. I'm like, oh,
that one's a little bit different.
I'm
I was
looking
wondering why
on
it's
the back.
$4.99.
Yeah. I was like, what the heck? So if you're trying to get Dune on the 4K disc, make sure you
get the right one.
They use the voice on you, huh, Chana? Buy this disc.
I'm like, oh, there it is. Oh, because people were saying it. It's I haven't gotten it. I haven't gotten it. Okay. Yes, not that Dune.
Have you seen
Dune?
All right, you know the voice, right? So don't want to ruin anything,
TV
but
show,
the voice where they use the voice. You know,
that voice. Yeah.
On the new one, right?
The
dude looks like he's just like he just kind of goes over there. If you watch the old one on that same scene, like he walks over, like she uses the voice and he's just like walking over, like all cheesy. Anyway, yeah, you can enjoy it though. You're gonna enjoy that that first one, that first original Dune.
Well, I don't want to watch it, right? Because they split it up into 3, so I don't want to get a spoiler for what's gonna happen in the new one because I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
Period. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we watched Wall-E. We had a date night because like that was one of our first dates was to go see Wall-E. So I was like, oh,
there you go.
Yeah, I went to the movie theater, got the popcorn, got the peanut butter M&Ms and the Raisinets and all this other shit she likes. And we watched Wall-E on Saturday.
Nice.
Friday because I had to DJ Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, so Friday.
Yeah, Angela read the books.
Read the books? Which one? Wall-E? There was a Wall-E?
No,
book?
Dune one. New Dune is only half of the first book.
Totally kidding.
It covers the whole first book. Okay. Anyway.
Spare Change says the Atmos soundtrack on the right to Dune is great. Yeah, on the new one, I would imagine. I don't think they didn't do no, they did a Dolby True HD or a DTS Master Audio.
Yeah. Excellent audio on that.
All versions of Dune suck. You guys are hilarious.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
check this out.
Look at I was gonna say, look at the photo down there. Somebody sent this to me today. That is a cool setup, dude.
Oh my gosh!
Those are, I guess those are
Arias.
No. It's a Sonus Faber Lilium, I think is the name. Dude, they look crazy. I think they were.
What are these subwoofers?
35,000. Those are JL Audio, I believe.
Oh, really?
Probably like the Gotham, maybe.
I mean,
those speakers.
And like, what is this? A 65-inch TV?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay. I mean, like, can we get that to 100, please? Let's 83, 77. I mean, you're gonna spend it. You clearly have money to spend.
Yeah, this is up in New York. So
okay,
they submitted it as a home theater tour. So I'm like, man, that'd be cool to
go
see.
there. All right,
I'd go there. I reached out to
youth man in NYC,
dude. I'll hook it up next week, man. Let's do it.
You should. You know who else is there? NoHo sound. You hear some
NoHo sound?
NoHo sound, yeah.
What is that?
I interviewed them when I was in New York for something. Yeah.
Is it like a retailer or what?
Yes. Yeah, they're a dealer of
Gotcha.
I heard the Focal Sopra 3s there when I was there. I had a bunch of Sonus Faber, they're dealers. Yeah. You definitely.
I just thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, oh yeah, man. I like seeing everybody set up, how they do it, just a little bit different, how they would do it. So it's pretty cool.
Can I show you guys something that was dropped off to me that's not very expensive, but you got? I'm interested in stuff that isn't too expensive.
Yeah.
And has some performance. Look at this thing. Hilarious.
What is
that? Tiny it looks like the debut series, right?
Okay. Is that
debut baby?
Maybe the original debut series, not the front ported one. But this has like a 4-inch driver, they're saying. It looks like a 3.5 to me, but little tiny woofer, but the same tweeter and same overall everything, rear ported. So yeah.
Oh, I'll go get something.
Yeah.
That reminds me.
So check that out. Let me show you I have a page up here. Boom. Let me share my screen. Look at the price on these. $118 a pair.
A pair.
So, yeah.
How do they even make money on that?
I don't know.
You know, it's funny. People always say, and here, Tim.
Gotham's.
Tim, this is for you.
Hilarious.
People like, I made those videos and somebody posted 5.1.2 or 5.1.2 Dolby Atmos. They put that in the Dolby Atmos Facebook group, like Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision user Facebook group or whatever. And people in there are like, oh, you got to be super rich to have a 9-channel Atmos system. I'm like, no, you don't. You just have to manage your expectations. Look, 118 per pair.
$118, Aaron. I know you want to check these out.
Like
118 a pair, and
for real.
And they actually have a matching center channel with the same woofer. So that one actually is small enough to fit above the ultra short throw that I have without getting in the way of the screen. So I might do it. But yeah, I would say I'll leave a link. Actually, there's a link in the description of this video to these. And, something like this in a smaller mid-sized room, nothing crazy. Don't go putting it in a huge room. And some decent subs and some good calibration, I think you're going to get a very good sound. In my opinion, you just need something that can get down to at least 80 hertz, right?
Yeah.
Just so you can cross it over with the sub without the sub being able to be localized, right? Once you start crossing over higher than that, you start saying like, oh, the sub's over there. You hear the sub.
Yeah.
Versus 80 hertz is kind of like that sweet spot where you can't tell where the bass is coming from. So you need a speaker that can play at least down to 80 hertz. And very interesting little speakers. And I guess I'm the only one who has these right now. And these were actually designed by Andrew Jones still, because I guess he's somewhere else. He's not at ELAC anymore.
Oh.
Really? Yeah.
Is that new?
Yeah. So these are here. Still by him, and $118. Yeah, I would say for anybody looking for like a sound bar, maybe get like an AVR, get it
or a 2-channel.
2-channel, get something. This and a little sub, I think you're good to go. Yeah.
I mean, so the point that I was trying to make, look, people are like, you need for 10 speakers. Look, there's going to be a $1,300 receiver or $1,400 receiver and a $1,500 receiver for 9 channels. Okay. And then you get 2 of these. You get 2 of these Klipsch theater packs, the $350, so $700 plus $1,500. What are you at? $2,300. And you've got a 10. You got 5.2.4, and you have a random extra center channel left over, which you can use the voice of God. I don't know. Whatever. Bottom line is, this isn't it's not. It doesn't have to be expensive.
It's attainable. Absolutely, it's attainable.
Yeah. For people saying like, "Oh, I did 4 high channels," you need to be super rich for that. No, you don't. You just have to like, you kind of have to break things down a little bit. Like, or look at this. If you have an older Klipsch 5.1 with towers and stuff, yeah, you can just get this.
Yeah.
As for your height channels, you can get 4 height channels that have horns for under $400, and then you just have to get the AVR that decodes 9. Is it going to sound the greatest? No, maybe. Who knows? But with the proper amount of Joe's Magic Bean settings, you should be able to get a great system going for what is it, $2,500, $2,600? That that has the 4 height channels, because you want to have that movement from forward to back, from back to front.
How many speakers is that? 5.
5.1, but you get 2 of these. You just get 2 of these.
Get 2 of those. Okay.
Yeah, you get 2 of these, and then everything's timbre matched.
$359,
dude. Like what? And you get 2 subs. Yeah, who cares if they're not the greatest?
That's super inexpensive.
But I mean,
they'll go down to 80 hertz. That's all you need.
The notion that you need to have a ton of money
for subs
to have a 9-channel.
Yeah, I wish.
It's just not real. It's just your expectation of, oh, well, I gotta have these towers in the front. Oh, and I gotta have matching towers in the back. What the fuck for? Why do these people have towers in the back? I still don't understand why people have towers as surround backs. I just don't get it. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Sorry. I see you laughing over there, Aaron.
No, I don't have towers. I actually agree with you. But I'm laughing because I'm reviewing some towers right now that put the tweeter well below ear height, but they're angled, so it kind of works out. But I was thinking, I'm like, is that why? Do they expect people to use them as surrounds? I don't know. But, yeah.
That's
all right. So basically what I'm trying to say in my little section here is that if you have to manage your expectations, you can get a 9-channel Atmos system for around $2,500. It is still expensive, but it's not as expensive as people on the internet claim it to be. Right?
Okay, what are we looking at there, Aaron?
Yeah. Oh, I'm just showing Joe. You already know the Hdmi, right?
Yes.
The Hdmi BS5.
Yes.
Decent size, not really small. Okay, so this is size comparison.
Yeah. Pretty small.
Yeah, I mean, not super duper small.
I think it's about the same size as this one that I'm showing here.
All right. This is the Arendelle, their 1961 little bookshelf.
Ooh.
I mean, this thing is small,
nice.
dude.
It looked nice.
Sealed?
Yeah, it's sealed. Yeah, this is the back of it. You can hang it on the wall too if you wanted to.
Those look
dude, these things are solid too. Yeah. But I think they're $800 a pair. It's woo.
There it is.
You're getting there. But they sound good. It's one of those speakers where you listen to them and you don't really have a lot to say because nothing stands out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And to me, for me, that's a good thing. If I start hearing stuff, then it's usually because I don't like it. Otherwise I'm okay with it. So, but yeah, I just wanted to show that because it's a whole lot smaller. When I got the packages, I was like, this is the box. Maybe this is just one, and they forgot to send the other one. And I opened it up, both of them were in there. I was well, all right then.
Yeah.
But they do the dang thing. I will say that very little compression. So they're really good until about 80 hertz, and then when you get to 80 hertz, it's but that's okay because it's super small. You can mount it on a wall. You can put it on a stand, do whatever.
Is there an objective measurement that you can use to say you know what, if you have these speakers, these are small speakers, right? Like the BS, what are the
BS5s, the Hdmis?
BS5. They're all BS. This is a BS.
Bunch of BS.
41. Oh, by the way, this is kind of a good replacement if you can't find the Pioneer.
I can't remember the model.
BS22 LRs.
Yeah,
another BS. And BS is a bookshelf, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So those are no longer, I guess, going to be available. I mean, look,
I thought they've been on that. I mean, Andrew left the company long time ago. And I'm not surprised that they keep producing it, but at some point I figured they might have just said, okay, well, now let's go on to the next thing. But I guess if it's just one of their better sellers, then
yeah. Well, I guess those are not available anymore. And so those are around this price range. If you can't find those, this is kind of the replacement, I guess.
Yeah.
These ones that I'm showing you.
Yeah. Croissant makes a good point. I agree. There's a lot of, but I'll say this too. There's a lot of times where I have towers that are kind of like their Arendelles. I don't know how you pronounce it, but whatever they are, that they put the tweeter or the prime listening axis down a little bit below. Mm-hmm. And it's what do you expect? So the Arendelles, they're fine because like I said, they're angled. So it actually winds up shooting up toward you. And that's going to be fun when I go to explain the measurements because people are going to say, well, it's tilted down. I'm like, well, they're aimed up. So in the listening position, you're above the tweeter axis. Anyway, that's a different thing. But no, he makes a good point. But I guess what I was going to say is when you get speakers that are like that, then it's like, okay, now I got to go find a cinder block or I got to go build like a base to put them on. It's like, why even bother at that point?
Yeah. Jeremy said he uses something. I saw it a minute ago, but Croissant says here, towers S surrounds because by the time you buy stands and bookshelves, you may end up with the same. You generally don't put cheap stands under expensive. I don't know, man. I bought some side my surround speakers. Those stands are like 130 a pair. I put some very expensive speakers on there, like those Miller and Kreisel speakers. Well, those are like $800 a pop.
Which ones?
The tripole or dipole surround. The
I wonder
series.
Somebody sending me some of their stuff.
I'm on their list for their new subwoofers. They said like January, February, or whatever.
I did see those. They're supposed to have like the THX rating. I don't know if it's the Dominus one.
The 15 inch is the Dominus one.
Okay.
I think the 12 inch is what I asked them to send me because that's.
I was just recalling. I thought I saw that the one of them has a Dominus on it.
So Croissant, like I might put some cheap ass speaker stands there because I'd rather spend more money on the speakers than the speaker stands. But
so
I've got cinder
Aaron,
blocks under mine.
Those that one measurement that you do.
Sorry, what?
You know that measurement that you do that shows the compression?
Yeah.
At various dB.
Right.
What happens if you cut it off at 80 hertz? Does that change the whole profile or
no? No, because it's just per frequency. So it's not like a multi-tone test. You're basically measuring just one frequency when you do the sweep. So I would not expect it to change that measurement if you started at 80 hertz and have it go to 20 kilohertz, as opposed to starting it at 20 and having it go to 20 kilohertz.
Well,
that makes sense?
I'm just wondering if it would, because like if you're starting off at 20, if it's heating up the coil, by the time it gets to 80, might be warm already.
I think it's so fast that it probably. I mean, I could test it. I guess it's a fair question, but
I'm just kind of curious about that.
Yeah. I would think that a more telling test is going to be one that's like a multi-tone test, because I've done that before, where you played it broadband from 20 to 20. And then you've seen what it does, but then you cut it off at 80 and play it 80 to 20, and you can see a clear difference between the two measurements.
Because speaking of Andrew Jones, I remember him telling me one time that he was able to get different measurements by doing a sweep from low to high versus high to low because of the voice coil heating up. But I don't know how long the tone was.
Yeah.
Things like that. But
maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah. Here you go, Croissant. Last purchase 2018, $69. There it is.
Vivo.
There it is.
Monoprice ones too. They were nice.
Every bookshelf speaker that's come through here has sat on these stands. So $69. That's it. That's it, man.
Yeah, I for real use cinder blocks under my mains in my home theater.
I think I'm gonna
cinder block.
I think I'm gonna roll with the Focal Aria 906, which are the bookshelves, and they have like matching stands, which are like $1,000.
Let's see them. Put them up on the screen. Let's get a visual here.
You want
the Focal? Boo. Sinus.
Right. I'll just go to Crutchfield since they're Aria 906. Easier.
Since they're in good terms with Aaron.
Yeah, I know.
Since Aaron's
Aren't you sponsored by them now, Chana?
Oh my
You're sponsored by. I think we're all going to be sponsored except for Aaron.
Except for me. Y'all are some jerks.
I don't know.
I'd be surprised if they even reply back to me, but I try.
All right, so
he's reaching out to him. He's trying to get hooked up with him.
Yeah.
Focal. Do you guys want to see numbers? Is that what you want?
No, I think he was. I thought you were looking at the speaker stands.
Let's see the stands and all that.
Here. Boom. So that's what it's going to look like.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
Those look nice.
You know what? I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for when the speaker stand matches the shape of the speaker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Like it's perfectly fit.
Yeah, see, I don't know. See, this is like a gloss black, but what is this like silver thing here? Is that just
that may just be a reflection
to like match the speaker stand? Because it's not in like the other pictures.
Yeah, it's probably just a reflection.
Oh no,
is that a rendering, Aaron? You think, or is that the real?
Don't know.
Oh, maybe there is a. No, see, look, there's no.
That's a light.
See, this is the actual speaker. This is the actual.
Speaker. Just reflection off the light.
Yeah, it's kind of lame. But whatever. I want to have a fully timbre match system, so I'm gonna get those. I'm gonna get the matching Aria RECC center channel. This
I reviewed Q Acoustics 3030i, and they also have stands that go with them. And I think it's pretty cool on those. They actually have screws on the bottom that are meant to go with the stand. So if you screw in the stand to the speaker, it makes them feel like just
it's like one whole
single
thing.
I like that.
So then it's like a tower speaker.
Check those out.
Yeah, and then these are the surrounds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty flat.
Yeah.
Oh, those are interesting.
Yeah.
So and then match
him that flat.
And then I have the what do you call it? Focal Dome Flax as my Atmos channels, right? So all the speakers will have the same tweeter and the same mid-range, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be a fully
pretty
timbre
seamless sound, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like since I've experienced that here in the studio with like crappy speakers, let me experience it upstairs with some good speakers, and Joe's Magic Bean settings, of course.
Yeah.
Magic Bean.
Super cool. Aaron, you mentioned earlier about the Dominus speakers.
Yeah.
So this Friday, I'm actually flying out to Indiana and I think it's Wisconsin. So I'll be going to do. I'll be visiting the headquarters of Perlisten, and then I'll also be driving about 3 hours, I think southeast of them, down to Indiana to do a Perlisten home theater tour.
Oh,
so
wow.
it'll be my first experience here in Perlisten. So I'm pretty excited about that because they're Dominus rated as well.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
Nice.
While I'm thinking about it, so you think you'll go to the Florida show?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I've been a past couple times. I mean, I don't mind going.
Yeah, you did that video, $75,000 speaker cables you saw at the show.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of bougie. Is
it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I was thinking about going, but it's
a lot of really high end stuff. You know, stuff that I would never personally buy just because it's way on up there. I mean, when you're spending $40,000 on a turntable, like, holy cow, man!
What, you got problems? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, really.
You know,
roll in with a calibrated mic in one of the rooms. Be like, hey, what are you doing, sir?
I'm gonna go in there with my laptop.
You guys
got my MacBook over here.
Go with the REW.
Checking the frequency range of the songs that you're using here.
Well, see, that's what I wanted to do, and you guys have no idea, right? My first CES, I walk in there and I go to the Samsung booth, and it's like they had this comparison: Samsung QLED versus competition OLED, and like they totally dumbed down all the settings on the OLED. I'm like, oh my god, next year I'm gonna come here with a fucking remote and just change that shit to where it would look normal, and be like, okay, now what? Dick, because they're purposefully making the competition's TV look worse, you know, in these little things that they set up. So it's like, I don't think you can believe anything at any of these shows, right? Let alone any kind of surround sound or sound in a hotel room, which I know with Joe, he was doing REW room sweeps, moving the subwoofer around. He's like, man, this room sucks ass, you know.
Aaron, if you do come down though, seriously, let me know. I'll meet you over there.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I just don't, it's 10. If I told my wife today, if it was 4 hours or something like that, and I could go in a day and come back, I would definitely do it. But I would have to take off of work. Yeah. And then hang out on Saturday and then turn around and leave on Sunday. It's like,
oh man.
I don't know.
It's a
drive. Alabama to Florida.
It's okay.
Ooh.
It's a 10-hour drive.
This says 8 hour, 57 minutes. Yeah.
Which I can make it faster than that if it's just me. Because my wife can't go. My kid might go if I went, but
so what do you say? When wife and kids are coming, your speed limit. When it's you, it's like 125 miles an hour.
No, dude.
You hold it. You're talking about bathroom breaks.
Yeah,
that's the hard part.
Family. It's like nobody needs to pee at the same time. It's everybody's like 20 or 30 or 40 minutes apart. It's like I just pass an exit. There's not another one. Oh, here we go. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show Joe a speaker. Tell me if you like this one, Joe. What do you think? Do you like this one?
I love
it. I like the look.
Okay, so here's
the stand.
That's kind of sexy.
If I were to visit one booth, it would be the Bornson. I went in there, and it's probably that same set of speakers, small bookshelves, no subwoofer, and you would swear there was a subwoofer in that room. And they were kind of in the first third of the room. They weren't corner loaded. I mean, and I'm looking around the corner in the back. There's like a little curtain. No subwoofer, dude. They sounded great, but they were also like $12,000 for a pair or something.
Jeez.
People are People are asking, when is the Florida show?
Yeah.
You guys have information.
Yeah, if you look at it's called the
fast.
Florida Audio Expo.
Yeah, I got you.
Florida Audio
Florida Audio Expo.
February 18th through the 20th is when that's happening. It's $15. It used to be free for the past 2 years, maybe 3
Hey, well,
years.
you know it's HiFi. They got to charge those HiFi prices.
Yeah. So this is it.
But if you want to see,
Tampa.
you know,
Oh, look, they got Focal on the front there. Whoop, whoop.
They got Focal, they got Magico, they got. I mean, they definitely got the high end stuff. So
Tampa,
if you
Florida.
like that stuff, scroll down a little bit, Chana. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
so at the very bottom, they've got like a pictures. Yeah, see right here.
12 floors of exhibits. Oh, there's your Focals, Chana.
Yeah. So they got some cool stuff. There's no doubt. So if you like that high end stuff, Martin Logan's, they had the huge electrostats. They're real big monsters.
Have you guys heard of Joseph Audio?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I kind of like the way those look. They don't look too crazy.
Yeah.
But I just like the accent on it. You have like a little copper look on it. They look pretty cool.
I'm trying to think if that's the same guy that I'm thinking of.
Joseph, here, I have him up.
Oh, okay. So I have heard of him too. Actually, I meant to send them an email last month. I'm glad you mentioned that. The reason I was showing the Borison, I actually emailed Borison last night and I got a reply. I was really surprised.
Cool.
Hold on. No, it wasn't Borison. I'm sorry. I didn't get a reply from them. I got a reply from somebody else. Anyway, I thought I'd reply, or I thought I'd see if they would be willing to send me these monitors out there.
Gotcha. Those look all right.
Yeah, how about Fine Audio? You seen that?
Oh, Fine, like FYNE.
Those look pretty cool.
Fine.
Like they look kind of actually. They kind of look weird.
That's more like
Never mind.
FYONE.
Kind of like an Audi belly button, man. It just sticks out.
Never mind. I thought they looked cool for a second.
Juan asked, have you guys ever had a bookshelf speaker fall off a speaker stand? I know Mike had some subwoofers that made the surround sound speaker fall off. Shane from Spare Change showed me a picture of his height channel that fell out of the ceiling.
Oh no.
Because it was a speaker that he had attached to he's like, yeah, the drywall anchors gave out. I'm like, man.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I watched that video.
Yeah.
Good thing you weren't in there. He's like, dude, I heard a loud crash in the next room. I was like, what?
Well, he also said in that video that he was putting up a 16-pound speaker. I'm like, dang, I wouldn't put that on a drywall. Like that sounds scary.
On a drywall anchor, yeah.
And make sure you
plus
get
the wood, 16 pounds, plus the wood that it has to carry. I'm like, ooh, it's a lot.
Get that in a stud.
Yeah, for sure.
Who you calling a stud?
Me.
Wish. There's a video I was going to mention for the people who are out there, just because I've had a couple of people ask me to test in-wall speakers recently. You guys saw, I shared it with you, the audio advice video. That's what is it? Incredible 9.4.4 JBL synthesis home theater install time lapse at blah blah blah. But that was a cool video. So that one's got me thinking. Like I'm like, okay, I might just go in wall, move my baffle wall back a little bit because it's built out like 3 feet from the wall. There's so much space in my room that's taken up unnecessarily, you know. So like I push that back another 2 feet, build it out, put some in walls in there, put some in walls from our surround, so I don't have to worry about bumping into them while I walk past them. I don't know, man. It's got me thinking. But then JBL synthesis stuff is not cheap either.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, right. Most
in walls.
Yeah.
So separate question, kind of a audio related question, more of a YouTube video YouTuber type of thing. And we've always mentioned that, this is kind of a new format for companies. They don't know how to deal with YouTube guys yet. They may be used to magazines, things like that, and maybe websites, right? They know how to advertise with them, but they're like, how do we work with these YouTube guys? And I got an offer recently to do some training videos, and they're like, is that cool? Can you just do the video part?
Sure. Yeah.
Training. I'm like, yeah, what's the problem with that?
Training
are you sure that none of your other people are going to get mad that you're, I'm like, why? I'm just doing the video.
You can't do it, Joe. You can't do a training video, bro.
So
anyway, getting mad. What are you trying to do,
you guys
Joe?
think, audience? What you guys think? Is there any issue with me making a training video?
What are you training for? Like, what do you?
I don't know.
Maybe
triathlon, OnlyFans. What's happening?
Play the Rocky 4 montage.
Well, I guess these companies, they have to train salespeople on their products.
Gotcha. Right.
So I think it'd be more of an internal thing.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? That's like you doing freelance work.
Correct.
If anybody cared, they're dumb. I'll just tell them, tell them to their face.
Just saying. I always like to ask the folks, and maybe they have a perspective where like, oh, well, you know, maybe
I think my
blah,
biggest,
blah, blah.
Like a conflict of interest?
I think my biggest thing is just always transparency.
Yeah.
As long as, I mean, there's content creators that disclose the fact that they've got a partnership or they've got some kind of an arrangement with companies, and there's quite a few of them that don't. And to me, what I found, I was originally concerned on my channel, even when I did all right, so this per listen trip, this is sponsored. So per listen is paying me to come up and make some video content for, their company. All I got to do is let you guys know that, I don't think there's any conflict there. For me to fly up to Indiana on my dime, the money I'm going to make on AdSense isn't going to pay for that trip on one video, and so, but as long as you're up front, hey, per listen made this possible so that you guys could check out their cool products. I'm not telling you to buy them. If you want to buy them, great. So I just wish they were on Amazon so you click on my affiliate links.
Yeah, really. So for what it's worth, you're talking about AdSense paying for it. Let's just ballpark and say the trip cost you $2,000, which maybe that's low, maybe that's high.
It wouldn't cost that much.
Round trip. Okay, so
round trip flight. I mean, my flight is super crazy cheap. It's probably less than $200, and then you've got to get travel from the hotel to, per listen. So hopefully they're going to pick me up. If not, I'll send them a bill for the Uber. There's a hotel, so they're paying for 2 hotel nights. So that's $150 each. So I mean, there's quite a bit involved. So less than $1,000, and I can promise you, not promise, but that video, it may take over a year to make $1,000 on that video.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, you would have to have, if you assume 2 cents per view, which is kind of a rough estimate. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, but 2 cents per view, you're like what, 50,000 for $1,000? You'd have to have 50,000 views, and they'd all have to come fast.
Well, that's the thing. So for the most part, for every 1,000 views, you get about $10 roughly.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I mean, like, I just had a video that went to 50,000 views, and it's like $100 in ad revenue. $100.
China didn't make $1,000 on that. Yeah.
Right.
That's nothing.
My other video, how to connect speakers to amplifiers, 4 years, 900,000 views.
Yeah.
It's made like $3,000 in 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years. That's a long time.
I know.
People don't know, man. Like, I get people all the time that say, well, will you buy like us? Because we've talked about this. I buy some of my stuff based on Patreon money, and they'll say, well, will you buy so-and-so speaker and test that? And I'm like, like, I get that you're just asking, but sometimes it's kind of annoying, but it's because it's like, dude, I'm already spending, you don't have a clue. Like, this doesn't make any money. For me to really make money out of this, I'd have to do something total. I could literally get a job at Lowe's and make more there in 3 days.
That's why you already have the shirt.
You're better off doing a Best Buy OnlyFans.
I should.
You know?
I saw people legitimately thought, is Aaron working for Best Buy? And I'm like, just keep watching the video. It says it 3 minutes in, just watch the rest of the video.
Do you honestly think when you watch a video where Aaron's got long hair, he's actually got long hair? Like, come on, he's just wearing a wig. just like in that video, he's just wearing a shirt. It just happens to say Best Buy.
Yeah, like, I didn't have my name tag. I didn't even have my name tag.
I don't know where you get those, though. You have to...
I ordered that from eBay.
Yeah, dude. You can get that shit anywhere,
crazy.
Joe.
Yes. Oh, people sell all sorts of stuff, man.
Yeah, dude. And if you can't find it on eBay, you'll find it on Etsy.
You know, I feel like getting an old Circuit City shirt.
You should do that.
Dude, I bet you anything. I'm going on eBay right now.
Did you have Michael, when you worked at Circuit City, what shirt did you have? I had a burgundy long sleeve button-up shirt.
Yeah,
they always change it.
Yep. Yeah, it was button-up shirt. Yeah, they just had a small logo on the chest.
Is it the gray one with the stripes?
No,
the sleeves.
I don't think so.
Here.
Let's see.
This is not this guy. How about this guy?
See, those are the newer ones. Mine was just a straight up like button up burgundy, like a long sleeve, kind of like that, but not short sleeve.
Oh, so you actually had a long sleeve? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look, somebody's modeling this one. Yeah, let's click on that.
Does she not have arms?
Oh, here, long sleeve. Oh no. Yeah, polo with long sleeve. Extra large
No, it was
it's
more like it was a button up. Like you had to button it. Anyway.
Okay.
Was it a full button up?
Yeah, I was gonna pull up something here, not like show you, but I was just trying to find, just kind of because people don't know.
Aaron was a bald cap.
That's right. I don't want people to recognize me in public, so I make it look like I'm bald.
All right, so here's an idea. So I don't know if y'all remember the video, the Chicago's coolest home theater that I did. So just to give you an idea, it has 70,000 views. So you think, oh man, that's a lot, right?
Let's see.
So the video made, well, here, I'll share my screen. I don't care. It's the way I roll, man.
Let's see. You're gonna see how much Michael makes right
How much y'all think I made on that? So if I were to fly up to Chicago, do this one home theater tour, 70,000 views. It's gonna be awesome, right?
Let's see this.
It's okay.
How many? You got 70,000? How quickly? Like a week, a couple days?
A year? No. This has been. It's been several months.
Okay.
So
let's see here.
What do y'all think?
$347.
Okay.
Let's see.
Not too bad. So $780. Did y'all see it?
All right. $780.
Here, I'll zoom in.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, and that's not normal. Like I have other videos that have the same
definitely not normal
views.
Yeah.
But just to give you an idea, okay, let's say I flew up there to do one home theater tour. I've got my flight, I've got my Uber, I've got my food. If I don't stay with the person and I get a hotel, that 780 is, I mean that.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying?
And it's a lot of work. You just bought the new camera,
right? I've spent all sometimes a couple of days editing a video. So when you look at it in that perspective, it's like, okay, the only way I physically can make home theater tours work is either I get a sponsor that says, hey man, we would love to have that home theater featured on your channel because it has our products in it. So I did that with Trinov and Wisdom Audio. I'm doing that with Per Listen, or I have to get a bunch of them in kind of like a close area, maybe like an hour from each other. So that I can go up and film 8, 10, 12 in a 4, 5, 6 day, well, not really 6 days, but like a 4-day period. And then I can come home and I can I've got content for the next whole month, which is okay. And then by putting out multiple content like that, then, that can generate a decent amount. But none of us are at the point where we're like, absolutely killing it, at least on AdSense.
Well, your message is if you want to make a lot of money, don't try to be a YouTube guy.
Yeah, go work a part-time job at Lowe's.
Or you can.
You could possibly kill it, but
yeah,
I think there are ways.
I'm not complaining, but there's
right.
AdSense is not the answer. You're going to have to get other things.
Yeah, like
courses or like
Patreon. Like Patreon's huge. I had to buy that Pioneer AVR, $1,500. I had to like save up some Patreon money for a few months and then pick that up. Yeah. Chris Wyndham, thank you for
that's it. Hey,
thanks, brother.
I don't need him to make a video this week. That's it.
See, you just hooked him up, bro.
I'm done.
But doesn't that go straight to Tim?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So you know what? Do YouTube. I would say do YouTube if you enjoy doing it.
Absolutely.
That should be your number one goal. You enjoy doing it.
Better be there first. If you're doing it for the money, number one, people are going to see through it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not authentic. When I'm smiling ear to ear and I'm excited about a product, it's because I'm genuinely excited about a product.
Yeah. What's funny? When I made that video about the Rel subwoofers that I got, people were like, "Oh my god, dude! I can totally tell you love these things."
Oh,
because
for sure.
You have not been this excited in a video for months. I was like, "Oh yeah, true."
Yeah, for sure, man.
True.
But yeah, man, when you find something that's really exciting, I mean, why not get excited about it?
Yeah. I mean, I've been talking. Oh, what is this? What is this? Oh, that's the thing. I was talking to Joe. With this. I'm going to ask you guys here. We got 90 people. Not bad. I'm going to ask you guys which speaker should I buy? Okay. I've been thinking about this long and hard, and since I have to DJ and I can't like really walk well due to my injury,
Right.
you know, I'm taking this QSC PA and I'm lifting it above my head and putting it on a
40, 50 pounds.
Yeah, 50, 55 pound speaker, lifting it above my head and putting it on a speaker stand. And over the weekend, I had somebody to help me that just did that. Somebody could just put that on there and I'll connect it up for Saturday. Sunday, I wasn't lucky enough to have that. So I had to like do it myself. And it was okay, but like toward the end of the day, like after 3.5 hours standing there and this, that, and the other, like I got home and I was like, I need to sit down. Like I can't, like I can actually feel the implant in my heel. And I'm like, oh shit.
Thanks.
I'm going to feel this for the rest of my life. Like this is not ever going to go away. And it gets, you know, exacerbated when I'm standing around DJing and all this. So I was like, oh, wait a second. You know, somebody was like, hey, everybody seemed to like your video, Mike, about the line array. And I'm like, oh, line array.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get a line array.
Be a lot lighter, man.
Because then I don't have to lift the speaker above my head, right? This little subwoofer's there, and they got a little line array thing here. I did the wrong screen share. So let's go to the manufacturer.
Bose makes a set of those. You could get them.
JBL? JBL too?
Well, see, here's the thing.
They're not.
Lose your street cred though if you go with the Bose one.
I
You
know,
can't ever.
Cover it up. Just cover it up with the JBL stick.
I actually used to use when I did karaoke at this place called Rafters here in Mammoth.
They're decent, man.
They had an L1 system. The only problem is, you know, I would plug in via a 1/4-inch jack from my mixing board, right? The problem was these drunk ass people would come by and spill beer and shit.
Yeah.
And like it got into one of those receptacles.
Yeah.
And now like one of the whole side is messed up. And that was because it was facing like up, right? Like it was on a flat part, so things can fall into it as opposed to being like on the back of the, you know, PA or whatever. So now I'm looking at these guys, right? RCF's pretty good brand. This is a 12-inch, you know, we got 1400 watts, you know, that's peak. So RMS is 700, 128 dB, right? 12-inch woofer, 8 2-inch ultra compact full range speakers, right? And I'm like, oh, you know, okay, all right, look at that.
Are you still gonna use your subs or no?
No, because I wouldn't bring a sub anyway.
Okay,
right. I just have 12-inch, and it's like horizontal coverage, 120 degrees. That's pretty cool. Frequency response 40 to 20. Yeah, whatever. You know, it's a live event. People aren't going to care if it goes down and tickles their brown note. You know, that's not the point. So those guys are 1,100 each, and I'm like, oh, okay. Hey, not bad. So everybody, you guys here on the panel and you guys in the chat, you know, this was option number 1.
Get 6 of them.
And people said like, you know, well, I have to get 2, you know.
6, man. You want Oro 3D?
No, not at a live.
So speaker cables or spending it on this, you know.
Yeah, exactly, right? So 2,000, what is that? 2,200. And this is like their smallest like compact system, right? And then like somebody's like, well, have you looked at the you know, the other version? And I'm like, what is that one? And I'm like, oh god, why did I look at this thing? Here's the other one.
Let's see.
Evox 12, 15-inch woofer, 8.
I like it.
4 instead of a 2-inch driver, you got 8 4-inch drivers.
Nice.
Right?
I like that one right there.
Yeah, I do
Same
too.
amount of wattage, right? Class D amplification.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're going from a 12-inch to a 15-inch.
Right.
Max SPL, it's 2 dB higher. Horizontal covering angle. The other one was 120. This one's 90. Still workable, right? Yeah. You guys
Big
want to know
price
the
difference?
You want to see the price on this fucking
Let's see.
thing?
8. No, let's see. 24
Each.
Let's see.
Yeah, 24 each. Oh, 28. I was close. Holy cow.
Damn.
That's a big jump.
Yeah.
So from 1,000, so from 2,200 to for a pair to 6,000.
Yeah.
I say you review them.
I review these.
Yeah,
but like, hey,
I say
send it over to
them.
Aaron for a Clipple. What do you guys think? What do you guys in the chat think? Should I go with the $2,200 setup or the $6,000 setup? That is the question. And of
Which
course,
one's going to make you more money?
all right. So here's my.
I mean, I don't know. Nothing's going to make me more money. It's a matter of what's going to sound better at the events. That's really the thing.
Do they have a good return policy? Like, could you try them out?
Oh, dude, I live in the boonies. Do you know what a pain in the ass it is? Just
to try something out for a $4,000 price difference. You could fly out there and try them out on hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not being serious.
So, Chana, my biggest question is: you're doing this in a lot of times in outdoor venues, right?
Both indoor and some are indoor, some are outdoor.
But I've seen some of your setups. You're outdoors, and of course, I mean,
the 15 inch is going to be better on the outdoors.
I'm just wondering, like,
and the 15 inch subwoofer compartment thing is all wood, whereas the other one is all plastic. So you're going to get a better sound with the subwoofer in a wood enclosure. Like,
how much weight difference? Because you're doing all this to kind of save weight too, right? So,
well, no, I mean,
but
I don't need to lift the subwoofer part.
Yeah, he can lift
up the little tiny part, right? With the and so we're going from 8 2-inch drivers to 8 4-inch drivers. We're going from 12-inch subwoofer to 15-inch subwoofer. Going from plastic enclosure to wood enclosure.
I mean, my vote for, this is your business. This is what makes you quite a bit of money throughout the year. I mean, my vote is those, to be honest with you.
Oh my God, Mr. Chief says to go with the more expensive.
I can spend other people's money very, very
apparently so, yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay, and for those that are watching it, I charge $3,000 a day.
Yeah.
So
you can make that
in essence, it's like, it's 2 weddings. And I also have to buy the cases for these. So that puts them. It's like $200 for a case.
You know what's crazy though is you care enough about sound that you want to make sure that they're good for your
people
clients,
listening,
right?
not for me. I have this little 8-inch. I have this little 8-inch QSC as my little monitor,
and you got headphones on,
it's my Pioneer headphones are like $300 because those things have been dropped so many times. You have no idea. People spilled all kinds of alcohol on them, and I in the first 6 months, I think I dropped those things like 20 times, and they still work fine. They go down to like 5 hertz. At least that's what they say.
All right, so
but whatever.
Get the ones that you want. Get the ones that you want. Forget those cables that you're gonna buy earlier. Spend them on these instead.
Forget the cables. Okay.
Yeah, and then make a video that I was telling you about last time about using PA speakers in your home.
My living room. Oh my God! Do I want my ears to bleed?
There you
go. Get a bunch of views on that. Probably get you a good, $20.
Yeah, and then I can buy the expensive speaker cables.
I think that would be a hit video using PA speakers in my
home theater. Yeah. Well, the only issue
I like those though, Chana.
You like these things?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot, but
the other
drop, big money on stinking cables, man. I'd say go buy some monoprice, get those, and you're calling it a day.
Yeah. Treat yourself.
Any difference in inputs and DSP? No, it's all the same. It's a XLR input, and then they use a speak-on cable to go from the bottom to the top, and then there's no DSP at all. So
here's a.
I used to use a drive rack, a DBX drive rack PA to add DSP to the room.
Would there be an option to add a standalone, say an 18 with maybe the smaller system? I would imagine.
Yeah. I have another 18. I have an 18-inch subwoofer from QSC.
That might be okay if they sound good.
It's just
how the tops are going to sound.
It's just too big. I need a compact system to do in one trip. If I was to bring the 18-inch subwoofer to every gig, I'd have to do 2 physical trips. And some of these locations are like 20 minutes away. So it's not I don't need to spend an hour one direction.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah. And then what really sucks is I see these guys doing gig logs in the tri-state area, and they just go rent a U-Haul. And I'm like, oh my God, I wish I could just rent the freaking U-Haul and load all that. To rent a U-Haul, I gotta drive 40 miles away, then rent the damn U-Haul, drive it back up to my town, then load everything. It's just a big old
Don says,
yeah, Don says get a bigger car. Yeah, no, I already got an
I like
SUV. I guess I could do a trailer, but that's just more, you know, because I'm a one-man show. Like, I know Joe's always like, dude, you got to move back down to LA. You got to move. If I move to LA, I lose out on my big money maker because I can't charge what I'm charging now, and just offer the same things. I gotta spend 10 grand on an LED dance floor. I got to do that. Get this giant fog machine thing to do the dancing on the cloud. I got to have all these options for weddings and all these different packages, and I got to hire like 2-3 people, and I can't even, and that's barely to charge what I'm charging now. So it's like this kind of thing where it's just like, man.
So you can't get paid just saying like, I have the best audio quality. They don't care about that, right?
Oh,
They're
dude,
like, who cares?
So when I started DJing weddings here, you know, because I'd been DJing for like, I don't know, 15 years already. I was always like, oh, well, you know, I have X amount of experience. They're like, well, this guy charges $1,200. Why are you charging $2,300? I'm like, well, it's because I've been DJing for like 20 years. And they're like, oh, well, how long have they been DJing for? I'm like, I don't know, 3 years is from what I gather. So, you know, and for me to say, well, I'm just a better DJ only takes you so far.
Yeah.
At some point, for me to charge $3,000, dude, I bring a fucking 55-inch TV. I get a custom-made logo of the bride and groom's name and the date, and that's displayed on the TV. I have one laptop just feeding the TV. I have another laptop doing some other music. I got the DJ system doing another music as a backup.
And did you see that other guy, the other DJs, speakers? They're like all huge. They're in the way. Oh, mine are slim. You know what I mean? They don't get in the way of anything.
And that was one of the other things with this line array system. If you're just at a wedding and you're just kind of like looking around the room, which majority of people do, you don't see a big speaker up in the air. You just see there's just this slim thing.
Yeah.
You don't even think it's a speaker.
That's a thing.
And then all of a sudden, like, boom, the music's banging.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
That's the other part. And then at the same time, I don't have to lift the fucking speaper above my head.
They don't care about what you have to do, right? But another thing about line arrays is that the difference between being close and far is not as huge. So you could even say, you know, with these typical speakers, they have to be loud so that you can hear it on the other side. But if you get too close, it's too loud, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the speakers, you have some speakers where there's not that huge discrepancy.
Yeah.
We have to make it loud over there, but when you get close, it's also not extremely loud. So
that was one thing I learned from Jonathan. He was saying that I guess with line arrays, you know, with a normal speaker, the further you go, like distance wise, the quicker it kind of drops off. But with line array, I guess it goes a lot farther. So you get more coverage distance wise than you would a standard speaker without having to crank it up, you know.
Yeah.
Super, super crazy loud.
They're going to say, hey, how come this guy, like,
these are active, Chris.
Yeah, it's going to sound better. It's going to be a better experience for your guests. So you have to charge, you know?
Yeah.
You have to pay because you had to pay.
Angela says it sounds like I'm undercharging. I'm actually the highest paid DJ here in town. And like, I keep pushing the envelope every year. And like all the other guys are like, they're finally catching on. If we all charge the same amount, then people aren't going to complain about the charging. Like this one lady, I was like, I quoted her 2,800, and she's like, oh, somebody said they do it for 1,200. I was like, okay, good, go.
Yeah,
I'm not getting out of bed for less than $2,800. Thank you.
I think your competitors are watching this podcast. They're about to pick up those speakers right now.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing, nobody has them in stock. So it's just like, I'm like, oh, and I called 3 places today, and they're like, well, we might get them in February. And this other place is like, we might get them in March. And I'm like, crap, because I'm doing this gig out on the sun deck at Mammoth Mountain, and I want bigger subs. I want more sound and all this kind of stuff. So I'm like, dude, I need this shit next week. Like I don't know. Like I just booked like 5 weddings last week. So yeah, I got plenty of cash on hand. Let's make it happen.
There you go.
Nobody can do it because but
there you go.
But hey, Don, dude, it depends everywhere. He's like, I paid over $3,000 for my wedding. Hey, it depends everywhere. Some people, I remember my aunt got a band for my cousin's wedding. This shit was $10,000.
Yeah.
I was like, why on earth would you do that for like a wedding band? Oh, I guess there was like 6 people, so you know you're now paying for more people, food, this, that, and the other. Like, but damn, I guess Jeremy, it's tough, Jeremy. It's tough. Like I'd have to like add. Like I was thinking about getting the LED dance floor. You know, 10 by 10 is about $12,000, and charging an extra $1,500 for that.
Yeah.
But then I would need another set of hands. I would definitely need 2 trips, and then and then tear down is like a pain in the butt.
And it adds to the complexity of your setup too. You know, more time involved. So,
and then if it's going to make you more money, if it's going to make it easier for you, if you're going to give a better experience to your customers, your clients, then that's a win-win. I mean, you're talking just at the very beginning about getting some cables that are expensive, just so you can say, yeah.
Shit looks,
that's what we're talking about.
Looks cool, but now it's more about a sound thing, you know. If it's for my clients, and then I'm DJing at the ski resort every weekend, or 3 weekends out of every month. I'm DJing at the ski resort, and I'm charging as these guys at the other lodge are getting paid $50 an hour. I'm charging $500 for 3 hours. It's fantastic. Anyway,
after show, man. Yeah, I'm about to eat this.
Eat it.
Flame broiler.
Anyway.
My flame broiler.
You know what? Miss MSS Gent. You know what's funny? Dude, I offer my teenager $300 a day to come help me. No. He turns that shit down. Yeah. And he would rather wash dishes for 2 weeks at a restaurant because he doesn't want to work on a Saturday. Like that's it. And he'll make $250 in 2 weeks instead of $300. And like all these people want to get married now coming out of COVID. And hey, yeah, if you roll through lockdown and still want to get married, yes, you guys have made it. And like last year or last summer, I had a weekend where I DJ'd a wedding Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 4 days in a row, all by myself. No, like it was ridiculous. I was lucky. The Friday and Saturday venue was the same, so I can keep all my stuff there overnight. But the bottom line is, yeah, it's crazy. A lot of people getting married. I'm super busy. Just like everything.
This is China.
Yeah. That's right. Work hard, dream big, buy expensive cables.
That's right.
That's the you guys in the after show. I'm just gonna grow.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. This is the Daily HiFi Podcast. We do this every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And for those of you that want to hang out in a video chat with us after the show, join our Patreon. That is patreon.com/dailyhifi, and you will get the link for the video chat. So for those of you that are patrons to Daily HiFi, we will see you in the chat in just a few minutes. And for those of you that are not, we will see you next week. I was going to say bright and early at 4 p.m., but... I guess it kind of depends on what kind of night you have.
Right? It's 8:30 here, 8:40.
I mean, for Mike, it's probably
8:40.
He's going to be up for a long time.
It's still early. I mean, I'm up till midnight, 1 o'clock anyway.
Right on. On behalf of myself, Aaron, Joe, and Michael, we will see you